Hi, human beings. Good evening. Or is it good morning? Or should I say good afternoon to you all over the world if you're watching. Before I start, smash up the thumbs up like button as you always do. Smash up the share button to your friends and your relatives all over the world. Also, flood your opinion, your response, your views in my comment section below, etc. And do subscribe to my channel, DLG Reppin. And speaking of which, there's been 2 more other subscribers. There's been there's 104th person to subscribe, and there's an 105th person to subscribe. I'd like to shout out to the both of you, because you've now subscribed to the channel and you believe in this project that I have running. So thank you so much for the love, the support, and the blessing, Massive shout out to you. I don't know what gender you are, don't know what race you are, culture, etc. But it don't matter to me, Shout out to the both of you for subscribing to DLG Reppin. And again, subscribe to my channel, the one and only DLG Reppin, Dele London Guna. Here it is. So just said it. Dele London Guna, Romeo Echo Papa Papa Indigo November. See a bit closer. Here you go. Alright. So who's watching in China? Shout out to the China. Shout out to Bolivia. Let's shout out to Turkey. Let's have a shout out to Czech Republic here. Let's have a shout out to Australia. Let's have another shout out to Western Samoa. Shout out to United States of America. Shout out to my fans from Belgium. Or shout out to my fans from Germany. Shout out to my fans in Israel. Shout out to my fans in Côte d'Ivoire. Shout out to my fans in South Africa. Shout out to all football fans of mine in Chad. Shout out to all football fans in Yemen. Shout out to all football fans in Syria. Shout out to all football fans in Botswana. Shout out to all football fans in Rwanda. Massive shout out to you. Shout out to all football fans in Uganda. Shout out to all football fans in Sweden. Shout out to all football fans up in Iceland. Shout out to all football fans in Finland. Shout out to all football fans in Qatar. Shout out to all football fans in Saudi Arabia. Shout out to all football fans up in France. And shout out to all football fans in Poland. It doesn't matter where you're watching from, what race you are, what country you come from, culture, etc. You're more than welcome to subscribe to my channel, smash the thumbs up, listen to what I have to say, etc. Oh yeah, and share the channel to your relatives as well as your friends all over the world. Right, this is my football content this evening, and I'm going to be talking about the first bit of news is about the Carabao Cup final, because it's been agreed that 8,000 fans will be allowed into the terraces at Wembley. That's been given the green light. I'm delighted to say that 8,000 fans will be allowed through the terraces at Wembley for the cup final between the favourites Manchester City, which via quadruple chasers, and the little old underdogs, Tottenham Hotspuds. Tottenham Hotspur, okay. And Valencia have decided to walk off the pitch in the protest against racism during their 2-1 defeat at Cadiz. And I'll bring you Sunday's gossip column as well. Some interesting reading in that gossip column here live on the BBC Interactive. But let's start off with the Carabao Cup final, and that's with Tottenham and Man City. The Football Association have allowed up to a subtotal of 8,000 fans for the cup final, which will take place between Man City and Tottenham Hotspur. I can tell you that it's been given the go-ahead, and by the 24th of April, the easing of the lockdown would have been eased up a little bit, and it would be pretty safe to allow football fans into the stadium. And I, for one, is delighted, because that's a step in the right direction for me. And normality should be upon us towards the business end of April, beginning of May. But come the 21st of June, it will be official, and it will allow such as sporting spectators to be back into the stadium. And we've been in lockdown for over a year. It's been disgusting. And also, the FA Cup semi-final between Southampton and Leicester will have fans involved as well. So that's another positive boost to football as a whole. Not just Leicester, Southampton, Man City and Tottenham fans, but all football spectators will be allowed into the stadium. And I mean, Man City, Tottenham fans, if you've got something to say, if you want to express your delight, you can do so by leaving it in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to reply back to you guys as soon as I get the opportunity. Right, next bit of news is Valencia. They had a match against Cadiz. They were 2-1 losers, but there was an alleged racist insult aimed towards one of their black players. He goes by the name of Mukhtar Diahabi. And I'm going to read on from here, starting with the head title written in yellow. Valencia leave pitch in racist protest. Well, when would this end? Again, yet again, another social media racial protest. Again, what are the authorities doing? Not enough, or nothing at all. Valencia walked off the pitch during Sunday's 2-1 La Liga defeat at Cadiz after alleged racist comment, before later returning to complete the match. Right, before I read on, I'd just like to say, while you're subscribing, my aim now is to hit the 1,000 marker. So 885 more subscribers, and like I said, I look forward to doing big streams with you guys. Let's smash that subscribe button tonight, and keep not just me happy, keep the channel happy, and I'll keep you guys happy as well. But let me read on. Mokhtar Diahabi reacted furiously after a first half clash with Cadiz one colour and spoke with the referee. Valencia's players left the pitch in protest, and the club said Diahabi received a racial insult. He later asked his teammates to return, and they resumed the game, but without Diahabi, who was substituted. I can only imagine he was substituted through the disgust and distress that it must have caused him, you know, being racially insulted. And where did this insult come from? It's got to, for me, come from another opposition player. And if that is the case, the Spanish Football Association needs to get to the bottom of this, because that is strictly not tolerated in any walk of life up and down the world. Everybody has the right to do what they have to do for work or go about their business without the fear of being racially insulted or assaulted. Every human being should be treated equally, no matter the gender, race, culture, religion, etc. Good is good, bad is bad, and evil is evil. Fact. Anyway, moving on to the next bit in the news, and that's the transfer. That's the gossip column here, and some interesting read here. Man United Spain midfielder Juan Mata is set to be offered a new one-year deal, according to what's been said by the Daily Star Sunday. A new one-year deal. He hasn't played much, and I don't see the point in offering him a deal. How many games has he played, Man United fans? Leave it in the comment section below. Would you even, and another question for you Man United fans, would you want to offer him a new deal or get rid of him? Again, leave that in the comment section below. Right, head of football, this is an interesting read here, coming from Borussia Dortmund, according to Goal here. Head of football, Sebastian Kehl, has admitted Borussia Dortmund may reach a point where they are unable to keep hold of 20-year-old Norway striker Erling Braut Haaland. Well, I think the point has come now where he could be offloaded for a hell of a lot of money. Borussia Dortmund will receive a hell of a lot of money. We're talking between the bracket, the estimation of 130 odd to 150 odd million pounds. I mean, what they'll do with that money, it's beyond me, but it's all down to what Borussia Dortmund want to do for the future. Haaland has overtaken Barcelona's Argentine striker Lionel Messi as Manchester City's top transfer target, despite Pep Guardiola saying the club are unlikely to buy a replacement for Messi's departing compatriot Sergio Aguero. Now, why would they not want to buy a replacement? That would be strangely odd. I mean, this is Manchester City's all-time top goal scorer. I mean, with the greatest respect to Jesus, he is a fine talent, good goal scorer, but he's not in the levels of Aguero. And Man City, if they are to keep challenging at the very top end and competing for all four fronts, then they even need a striker who is capable of reaching Aguero's levels. That's the truth for me. And they are going to be champions with 11 points to go, and I think they are going to be champions. It's only a matter of time when that confirmation happens. Haaland is believed to want a move to Real Madrid, but the Spanish side will not make an offer for the player and will wait for him to make his first move, signal his departure from Dortmund. Well, I would be waiting until this all breaks through, when Haaland does become available, and I think he is already available. I think he's perfect. I think he's possibly told close friends and relatives that he'll be on the move this summer, and he won't be at Borussia Dortmund for long. That I do know. There's one that I can't believe I'm reading for the Sunday Times involving my team, the Arsenal. States here that Arsenal may have to consider selling young stars such as England winger Bukayo Saka to raise the funds to sign Real Madrid's Norway midfielder Martin Odegaard permanently, as well as other new players to overhaul the squad. This is according to the Sunday Times here. Well, I think that is just... I don't know how that comes to... I don't know how it comes to this, you know. Where does this story come from? Because that's just fucking bollocks. Utter fucking bollocks. Why would we want to sell our best talented players when they are players that have been at the club a lot longer than 3 years and they've not been good enough, and they've proven to be not fucking good enough? I.e. Xhaka, maybe Lacazette might need to go, possibly Aubameyang, Rob Holding. There are players that we can sell that are not good enough. Now, Xhaka would be one of them, because we've not finished in the top four since he's got into the team. But again, it is a team game. We're not just using that to punish him. You know, this is just a fact. But again, he's not exactly a top elite midfield player, unlike Partey. So we need a partner for Partey. I don't see why we should be considering selling players, you know. But if I was selling a player now, it would be a Bellerin, you know. You sell Bellerin, you sell Xhaka and Lacazette, that's over 105 million to play with. You can strengthen that in other areas, such as cover for left back. We need cover for Tierney at left back. Another right back, a Max Aarons or a Lapti, a Yves Bizuma in midfield, or possibly a Ward Prowse, someone competitive. You've got well, a used Bizuma would be an upgrade on Denis Ceballos, El Neni, and Xhaka. Complete fact there. He is a complete elite footballing Premier League midfield player who's proven himself in his performances week in, week out, game by game. He has performed for Brighton, even in their struggles. He has been an outstanding performer for me. Very competitive in the midfield, and that's what we need. That's the partner I would want for Thomas Partey. I'm not buying this selling Saka bollocks. I'm not buying it. Manchester United will have to hand top earner David De Gea a huge payoff with this 30-year-old Spanish goalkeeper set to leave Old Trafford in the summer. Right, here's one from Team Talk here. Paris Saint-Germain and Argentina striker Mauro Icardi is emerging as a target for Manchester United as a long-term replacement for Edinson Cavani. Now, that would be a top signing if Man United were to pursue this, but we don't know how much interest there is. We can only read from what the papers say and what the writers write. What the writers put in their article, we can only read from. But for me, I rather get confirmation of Sky Sports News. They get direct news. You know, Darmash, Cottrell. These are the guys that get the hardcore stories. Everton are interested in signing Juventus and Argentina forward Paulo Dybala, but the 27-year-old will turn down any offer from the Toffees court. This is according to Court Offside. Atletico Madrid are keen to sign Tottenham and England midfielder Harry Winks, who has been struggling for playing time under Jose Mourinho. Wow. Will Harry Winks be tempted to sign for Atletico Madrid? They're top of the league, have got quite a deep squad, and is it going to benefit him getting game time? I think he's better off waiting for other options where he can be told by a particular manager that he'll be part of their plans and we want to sign you for this particular reason. Right. Former Chelsea and England captain John Terry, who is part of the backroom team at Aston Villa, has emerged as a contender for the vacant Sheffield United manager's job. Wow. John Terry in management of Sheffield United. Well, first and foremost, I don't know if that would be a good idea for him to decide to go into management and take over the reign at Sheffield United, starting the Championship. He's better off starting in the 5th or 6th tier and working his way up and making a name for himself. That way he can gain the respect and the trust in the future if he was to go and manage a bigger club. Lampard got the sack at Chelsea. It'll stay on his CV. What other big clubs in the top league will trust him? The same could be said about Henry. There you go. Wolves are eyeing up a 50 million move for Sheffield United and Scotland striker Oleg McBurney. Depending on the striker that they have up top in their team, depending on if things are working out with him and whether he's settled. I'm going to read one more here, and this is Juventus French midfielder Adrien Rabiot, who has been linked with Everton, could be also a target for Barcelona. And that is the end of my Sunday's gossip column from the BBC Interactive. I'll say good night to this video because this is the end of it, and I'd like to thank all the ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls for listening. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in as you do, and as you do as always, more than anything else, thank you for putting up with me. I love it when I love it when I say that. Other than that, yeah. It's a bank holiday Monday tomorrow. Hopefully a sunny one, but I doubt it, checking the weather forecast. But it's not going to be too bad weather-wise. Other than that, smash the thumbs up like button for me. Smash the share button for me from your friends to your relatives. Make sure they get a hold of this video, yeah? By smashing that share button as many as possible. Before saying subscribe, smash the flood my comment section galore, left, right, and centre with your own views, your response, your reaction. If you've got a story you want to tell, etc., leave it all in the comment section below. And subscribe to DLG Reppin. That's myself and I only. Smash that subscribe button. Left, right, and centre galore, passionately, full of abundance. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with more of a football content, yeah? You take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Stay safe at this time of crisis, which has lasted for over a year. I know it's difficult, but we have to do what we have to do to not just save lives, but to get this country back to normality and the world. And by God's willing. Other than that, I'm out of here. Just remember, peace again, love again, and bless again. And before I go, be nice.